starting to get a few mangrove trees along the side of the bank here. Now, the main difference between mangrove vegetation and terrestrial vegetation is where the plants breathe from. Now, all of our mangroves, because they stand on a riverbank that's void of any usable gases, mangroves have adopted above ground roots to breathe. Now, we've got three rather unusual root formations here. We've got these thin, fine, spiky straws standing up. They're called snorkel roots. You've got these flaring out formations at the base of the tree up on top of the bank. They're called curtain roots or ribbon roots. And you've got long legs coming off other trees. They're called stilt roots. With the absence of the tide, what's going on at the moment with these above ground roots is the trees are now breathing. They're drawing in breathing gases out of the atmosphere. This is completely different to our dry country plants. They have breathing roots beneath the ground. Now, the reason the mangroves have got these above ground roots is beneath the mud. All we have as far as gas goes is methane and hydrogen sulphide. This little creek here is called Luch's Creek. A good spot for mud crabs. Yeah, not so much, too much fresh water. Mud crabs like the salt. by boring their gases out of the root system. They utilise the roots in the same way we utilise scuba tanks. When you submerge below the water, it provides you with your underwater breathing supply. Inside that collection of roots there, that large tree, has got enough gas inside the roots to keep it happily submerged for 4 days. Along the edge before. And this way, the other boat is looking for that other bigger one that we've seen earlier. Yeah, we had one up here before that had a couple of fins missing off the tail like Scooter. What do you call that one? Yeah, she jumped off pretty quickly and then went out again. Oh, serious? I've seen her up there a couple of times, eh?
Beginning of düşünmeye girelim. Orta gidelim.
Yeah, ain't she? She's got some size to it, eh? Well, there you go. This is a good. I'll leave that one in your court, mate, eh? Now, this is a girl called Fat.
Because it could jump high,
Alright, so well known to us. We've been viewing her for about 38 years. Ever since this company started. She was on the other side of the river as about a 3 or a 4-year-old. Over time, she's built nests, laid eggs, had babies. We view her and one of her youngsters further downstream. And one of her kids is a girl we call Bruce. Now, Bruce is nearly 20 years old. And this year, little Bruce brought out 32 babies. That was back in February. Now we find maybe one if we're lucky, which is not uncommon. Crocodiles don't do very well on the success rate. So heat, she's probably a little bit cold now. She'll be warming up by letting the sun warm her up in the middle of the back. Knobbly formations in the back, they're osteoderms. They're crocodile solar panels. You may notice that the ridges on the back are actually coloured black. They're specifically designed to obtain heat. They're raised, they're thin, and they're dark. So blood vessels travelling beneath the leather take heat very quickly. She will then transfer hot blood from the back. She'll be taking it directly this time of the year.
Same gas.
Yeah, you gotcha.
Years ago when we were scared whatever it is, and they said, oh, you know, we take the male, so we'll be a male.
I'd go with that because it's got a definite more robust posture to it, eh? It's definitely bigger. Yeah, I'd go with that one. Alright, we'll come up with a boy. No. Talk to you soon. Ray rolled up to Sydney about 15 years ago. I give him a job here as a trainee driver. Anyway, he's got a tattoo on his neck. The boss didn't like him, so she get rid of him. He walked down the road, went into the next cruise company. He hasn't missed a day of work in 15 years. So there you go. Looks deceiving, eh? Yeah. Now you'll notice she's not that funny size being in so close. She can hear me, she can smell me. She's not worried about it. We got nothing for her. We're not going to go in that close and we make her leave the bank. We got no food for her. So she's more than happy to just let us have a little bit of a look around, and she stays where she is. Look how comfortable she is. Legs all trailing backwards. That's a bit like us sitting on the couch with our hands behind our heads. That's when Steve Irwin feeds them chickens too. When they're posturing, they've got their front legs behind them. Because their next move is to bring these front legs forward. Now, if they were forward like that, he can put a chicken in front of him, they can actually push themselves towards him. So it's a very set of manoeuvres you've got to do when you're dealing with crocodiles. They got very good hearing. She can hear every sound that we're saying. Ears are behind the eyeballs, and the teardrop shape laying on its side, that's the waterproof covering to her ear canal. Long canals carry sound to the eardrums, which are almost in the centre of the head. In front of the eyes, in front of the ears, we've got eyes. Now when they sink themselves down into the water, they can just have their eyeballs sticking out. It can be the highest part of the head. They've got 3 eyelids. two like ours, and the third one starts at the front of the eye. When they go into the water, they roll backwards over the eyeball. They've got pretty well automatically activated swimming goggles. Also at night, when you light these fellows up with a spotlight, you get a blood red reflection coming back at you. That is blood being amplified in the eyeball by a crystalline formation called guanine crystal. What light we see at night, the crocodile sees by maybe 3 or 4 times better. Nice fat belly there. She's been eating something that requires warmth. We did have a cow further upstream last week, so she might have a bit of cow inside her. Needing warmth to digest.
Come here.
The difference between the front legs and the back legs is huge. Front legs, little skinny things, 5 stubby little fingers, a bit like a cane toe. Back leg, far superior in muscular development, 4 toes and heavily webbed. Back legs play around 25% of their swimming propulsion, tail about 75. Fins on the tail that me and Ray were talking about, scoops. They're designed like a shark fin, like a dolphin fin, curve like that to break up the surface tension of the water. When they're swimming, tails fishing from side to side, the scoops pivot on top of the tail, the curved edge hits the water first, breaking up surface tension, making their movement through the water almost undetected. Alright, we will have a chat with Ray, we got 2 crocodiles on the river that got a gap in the tail, where the tail fins have been removed by national parks. Now, we got one downstream, which is definitely a young girl. This one here, according to the story that Ray told me, this very well may be a young boy. So early crocodile identification. Oh, well done, Kerry. Done like my boat. Done like my boat. Kerry, see how quick they move though, eh?
İyi mi? Pek görmedin ki.
You're in their environment, they want to eat you. You got no chance.
Bilmem var mı?
Burada bir şey yok.